Okay, Virgo, hello. This is your tarot reading for December 2016. I'm shuffling the cards. Why do I always cough? It's almost like because I'm talking, my lungs start saying, "Oh no, let's clear our throats here before we get started." So I'm going to shuffle for 2 more seconds. 1, 2. I'm not going to cut the cards. Okay. Virgo, your first card is 5 of Swords. Card of conflict, disharmony. So that will be your first card. Now, as always, Virgo, you are Earth. Pentacles will be your element here. We have 3 of Wands. So in the midst of conflict, fighting, destruction, the 3 of Wands is about future success. It's about making an effort. It's waiting for prosperity. It's putting things in motion. Wands are always about action and creativity. So when you have a 3 of Wands, you have the 3 is such a perfect number in tarot because you have 2 forces joining together to create a third source. 2 forces come together to create something better, okay? So that's why 3 is such a positive number in the tarot. And so this is definitely about, and in this, assuming this is a relationship reading, this is about unity between 2 forces in a relationship, perhaps, to build something better, to create a better force, something that comes from 2 forces coming together. And that is coming out of this conflict. It seems like this conflict is either influencing this 3 of Wands, this 5 of Swords, or the circumstances of this conflict or fighting or disagreement or disharmony is leading to this 3 of Wands. So then we get to an 8 of Swords, okay? And this is reversed. And that it can be a good thing because this is usually about confusion and chaos. The young woman has a blindfold. She doesn't see what's going on here. She has no vision. She has no way to solve or resolve the swords or the problems that are surrounding her. So when this is in reverse, it's a good omen. It's a good message because now it seems as if we're taking the blindfold off and we're trying to overcome difficulties. Okay. So one thing about this 8 of Swords, the most important thing about this imagery here is that blindfold, not seeing the difficulties, not seeing what's behind the scenes that's causing these obstacles to get in the way of this 3 of Wands. So this is past influence. We're now heading into the present. Now this happened with Leo in the previous reading. It's always interesting when I try to shuffle these cards because this was reversed in the previous reading. So the 6 of Swords here, the Aire, this is about traveling, actual travel by water. But emotionally, it has significance because once again, this is about healing and getting to a better place emotionally, making that shift to where you're getting away from a very difficult emotional situation. The center of your card, Virgo, there's a King of Wands here. Now, maybe this is about a person who has a lot of authority, who has a lot of influence. This King of Wands is obviously someone who makes decisions. He has the upper hand. Kings are very difficult to work with because it's about getting access to communicate with the kings, but they have authority. And kings are not always easy to contact. They're not always easy because they're on that pedestal of authority, and they're dominant. So obviously with this King of Wands here, we're looking at someone who is asserting himself or herself and calling the shots and holding the upper hand here. And maybe that's what you're dealing with here. And because you're Earth, you're more stable. Wands is a very quick energy because it represents fire. But Virgo, you are a very slow, stable energy. The pentacles and the earth it represents, you take your time to think things over. But you're also supportive. And maybe sometimes Virgo, because you are idealistic about supporting people, giving your time and your energy and support to people, sometimes you can be a martyr here. So the next card here is the moon. And this is important because the moon addresses the subconscious. It's about hidden dangers and darkness that we might be afraid of here. Things that could be popping up. Our fears, things that we're afraid of, old things that have happened in our life that we could be afraid of. Now, when this is reversed, it could be that there are still fears, but it's leading to silence here. It's leading to avoidance, because sometimes when the moon is reversed, it means that we're avoiding those fears. We're avoiding those subconscious, when our subconscious comes out and pokes at us and says, something's wrong here, and we try to avoid it. That deep feeling, that foreboding, our intuition is telling us something is wrong. So when the moon is reversed, it means that somehow we are avoiding what our subconscious is telling us. We're avoiding that intuitive, how animals sense danger. And when they sense danger, it's sort of like flight, fight or flight. That's the same thing that happens when the moon is reversed, that there's something going on with us, Virgo, where we don't want to acknowledge certain flags that are coming up for us. So this is interesting because so far I'm looking at a story of when these swords pop up, we're looking at the psychological, we're looking at our moral dilemmas, the ethical, what is the right thing to do and how do we handle it and how do we resolve problems. But then we have this dominant wands energy that's calling the shots. And then maybe because of the dominance of the wands, there's certain things that we should be paying attention to, but we're not. So now I'm heading into the future here. We have a 10 of Cups reverse. Now, everybody wants to see this upright in their tarot spread because this is about love and happiness. It can mean a happy marriage, happy family, happy home. It's being in love, finding the one, your soulmate, perfect partnership, the highest level of happiness you can find. Okay, 10 means you've gotten there, you have it, you found the one, and now you have achieved this supreme happiness. So when this is in reverse, no one wants to see this, and it's in your future. It doesn't mean that you'll never have a happy home or a happy marriage or partnership, but when this is in reverse, it's definitely signaling that there are things going on. It could mean lack of commitment, that if there's someone that you want a commitment with, that you want a family with, that you want a future with, the 10 of Cups is saying there's a lack of commitment here. This person might not be able to commit fully. This might be out of your reach for now. Your next card, a 10 of Swords, and that's also in reverse. So you're getting these 10s. This is very significant Because these number 10s are about completion and new beginnings. And when you get this 10 of swords, you know, this card already means, and these swords, you're getting a bunch of swords here. This psychological pain and conflict and problematic dilemmas here. When this card is upright, it already indicates that there are tears and sadness and things have gotten as bad as they can get. When this is in reverse, things have not gotten as bad as they can get. There are still negative influences going on here, especially seeing that your 10 of Cups is also reversed. And so this is about you not being there yet to resolving these things. When I see this 10 of Swords with the 10 of Cups, and they're both reversed, the tarot is indicating for you, Virgo, that, hey, things are going to get really difficult. They're still going to be difficult for a little while longer, because now you have 4 swords. But it doesn't mean that they won't be resolved. But imagining the question that some of you Virgos are bringing to this tarot reading, like, will this get better? In this holiday season, will he propose, or will she propose, or will she accept? You know, are we going to have a happy life? Will things move forward? The tarot is saying, no, not yet, not yet. The holiday season and the end of the year might be a little difficult for you as far as your relationships and partnerships. And I'm starting to see that as not because it wasn't meant to be, but because the energy of one person is more dominant and it's sort of suppressing you. There are problems with this partnership that you have to acknowledge and see and address. And that's why this 8 of Swords is reversed, especially with the moon. You have to take the blindfold off and see what's going on and acknowledge some of the problems that are going on with this dominant King of Wands here in the middle. And then finally, Virgo. Now this is significant because we have a Queen of Pentacles reversed. Pentacles are your energy. It's your element. It represents Earth. So when I see this reversed, Virgo, you've got to, the Queen is dominated by the King. I see this King of Wands dominating the Queen of Pentacles. It's dominating your energy and reversing your energy. And you need to sort of get out of that, because the message that just came to me from the tarot as I was reading this is that, is it really worth it to work out a relationship if you're not getting what you want, if you have to let the other person call the shots all the time? Okay? And I'm saying that in a general way because I know that's not necessarily the specific situation for all of you. But I am definitely seeing an issue of you trying to hold on to the relationship and make it work. But the consequences of that is that this person is always calling the shots. They're not listening to you. They're not acknowledging you. It's not a two-way street here. Okay? So now I'm going to shuffle for your outcome card. Oops. Okay. Cutting the cards. Your outcome card, the Hermit in reverse. Now, keep in mind, the Hermit is a very wise card because sometimes it means sometimes when this is upright, it means wisdom. It means on your own, you're taking this journey. And note how he's wearing this magician's cape here. And that's very important because a magician sort of invokes the spirit and the magical powers to see what hasn't been seen, to to call upon the help of spirit to have understanding and enlightenment. And he's alone. Okay? The hermit doesn't depend on anyone else. He stands alone. And he has that light where he's using this energy of enlightenment to see. And that is so important because that continues the theme of seeing. Look at this. In the moon, she is also alone, and she also has a torch, this light, this fire. And then what we saw here in the Eight of Swords, and this was reversed as well, she has the blindfold on. She cannot see. So Virgo, there's a very important message emerging from your tarot, is that this is about you taking the blindfolds off. It's about being willing to see what's going on. And so when this is showing up in your outcome card, it seems like the tarot is confirming the messages that it's been giving you all along, especially with your Queen of Pentacles, which I think represents you, seeing that this Queen of Pentacles is reversed, and now your Hermit is reversed. The tarot is saying to you, it's going to be difficult to see what's going on, that maybe it's this King of Wands who's unwilling to acknowledge problems. Maybe this isn't you. That just occurred to me. That maybe this isn't your problem. This is the other person's problem, to where they're not willing to see and acknowledge, and they're not willing to acknowledge certain truth. They're not willing to, everyone needs to, like, if there's a problem, they look within themselves to see what's going on. Like, what can I do to make the situation better? What is it that I need to know? But it seems like this King of Wands, this person thinks they know everything. And so maybe the tarot is saying what's going on with this person is that they're not willing to look inside. They're not willing to look at themselves to see how they can contribute to the relationship. Like I said earlier, this seems like a one-way street. Okay? And so imagining the question you're bringing to the tarot, Virgo, it seems to be about you asking the question, will this person come forward? Will this person change? Will this person be more committed? Will I always be in this difficult situation? Because once again, you have 4 swords in your spread. Okay? But the constant theme of light and enlightenment here, someone taking the blindfold off and being willing to be honest, it just seems to be a constant theme here. And it seems like this other person is so wrapped up in what they want and calling the shots that they are not willing to sort of be on the same page with you. So you might, in the future, in the next few weeks, you're still going to have some difficulty in this relationship with this person. And it comes down to this other person being willing to accept wisdom and get their ego out of the way. And I hope that makes sense to you. Okay? So Virgo, that was your tarot reading. Nevertheless, in spite of the message from this reading, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. And if you're thinking, oh, maybe I should get a tarot reading from my situation, that's wonderful, because I do videos, personalized videos, and you can get your own video, because this is a general reading. There might be some specific things that you want to address or ask questions about that the tarot can answer. So look in the description of my video. I have a link to my online appointment book and my email. Please contact me. I would love to do a video for you. So be well, and I am going to be working on predictions for 2017 in the next couple of weeks. So thank you for all your support and your comments, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.